Thunder rolled across the sky as Sir Alaric stood alone at the edge of the kingdom. Rain soaked his cloak, dragging it down like the weight of every life he had failed to save. Before him stretched the blackwood, dark, endless, and whispering with voices that did not belong to the living. This was where hope went to die. Behind him lay the safety of stone walls and warm hearths. Ahead lay Caer Morvain, the cursed fortress where screams vanished into silence. Knights younger and stronger than him had turned away. Some had laughed, calling the stories exaggerations. Others had prayed and gone home. Alaric stepped forward. Each stride into the forest felt like a betrayal of instinct. Branches clawed at his armor as if trying to pull him back. The air was thick, pressing against his lungs, forcing memories into his mind, faces of villagers he could not protect, comrades who fell beside him, a woman who once begged him to stay. "You always choose the sword," she had said, tears trembling in her eyes. "And you always choose death," he had replied, though neither of them had meant it. Now death waited for him again. Hours passed, or perhaps days. Time twisted inside the blackwood. Just when exhaustion threatened to drop him to his knees, a sound broke through the storm, a child's sob, thin and terrified. He followed it. She was no more than 8, crouched beside a broken cart, arms wrapped around herself. Her eyes were wide, empty in a way no child should be. "They took them," she whispered before he could speak. "The dark took everyone." Alaric knelt, ignoring the ache in his bones. "Who took them?" "The shadows," she said. "They were voices. They sound like people you love." Something inside him cracked. He wanted to lie. Wanted to promise her safety, her family, a happy ending. Instead, he said the only truth he had left. "I will make it stop." When he left her at the forest's edge, her small hand clutched his gauntlet until the last possible moment. That grip burned hotter than any wound. Caer Morvain rose suddenly from the mist, jagged and broken, as if the earth itself had tried to reject it. The gate slammed shut behind him the instant he crossed the threshold. The silence was suffocating. Then the voices began. "Alaric," they whispered. "Why are you still fighting?" They sounded like fallen brothers. Like the woman he loved. Like himself. Shadows crawled from the walls, forming twisted shapes that lunged at him with unnatural speed. Alaric fought, not with rage, but desperation. Every strike of dawn cleaver lit the darkness briefly, revealing walls carved with symbols of sacrifice and despair. He stumbled. He bled. His shield cracked. "Why do you resist?" a figure asked, stepping from the shadows. It wore the shape of a man, but its eyes were pits of endless hunger. "Because someone must," Alaric rasped. The creature laughed, low and cruel. "You believe yourself special. But you are just another offering." They clashed in the great hall, steel against shadow, faith against corruption. Alaric's strength waned. His arms shook. Each breath felt borrowed. At the center of the hall pulsed a black crystal, beating like a heart. It drank in the fear, the pain, the sorrow of every soul it touched. Understanding struck him like a blade through the chest. The fortress was not defended by darkness. It was fed by sacrifice. "You cannot destroy it," the shadow said softly. "It requires a willing soul." Alaric laughed, a broken, bitter sound. "Then you chose the wrong night." He remembered the girl's hand in his. The villages burned. The endless cycle of monsters returning because no one was willing to pay the final cost. Slowly, painfully, he removed his helmet. "I am tired," he said. "But I am not afraid." He drove Dawn Cleaver into the crystal. Agony unlike anything he had ever known tore through him. His vision blurred. His screams echoed through the collapsing fortress. Memories flooded out of him, his childhood, his first oath, his last kiss goodbye. The crystal fought back, clawing at his soul. "Let go," it whispered. "Rest." Alaric pushed harder. "I will rest," he whispered through blood and tears, "when they are safe." With a sound like shattering glass and a scream that was not his own, the crystal exploded. Light consumed the darkness. When the sun rose, Caer Morvain was gone. In its place stood a field of broken stone and quiet wind. Villagers emerged from hiding, confused but alive. The shadows never returned. The voices faded forever. They searched for the knight who saved them. They found only his sword, planted upright in the earth, cracked and powerless, yet unbroken. A monument was raised, not of marble or gold, but simple stone. No titles. No praise. Only words carved deep enough to last, he chose to bleed so others could live. And somewhere beyond fear, beyond pain, Sir Alaric finally rested, his last battle won, not by strength, but by sacrifice.